Good day traders, this is CJ Dip and bringing you this video with some longer term analysis on the Usdcad pair. This is quite a big swing trade that's setting up, and it's for a while been my favorite setup for 2018, and I've waited quite a long while for this one. And I think it's finally here. On Friday the 22nd I already got in to this pair. I wish I could have made this video a little bit sooner, but things were a bit busy. But next week we'll definitely look to get into this pair. So basically this pair has been on a massive bull run from about 2011, as you guys can see, and it's now just busy with a correction. This is quite a clear correction pattern that we have here. We've had a bit of a corrective triangle that's forming here. Ultimately, the target would be these lows before this pair can maybe even for years continue to the upside. But these lows have to go, and from where we are now to those lows, I believe is over 1,300 pips. Yeah, it might even go lower, but I mean these lows will be minimum. As you guys can see, this is the corrective pattern that's forming. We should have 5 waves down. Impulse, correction, and then the final impulse to take the liquidity here before the market will decide where it's going to stop to continue to the upside. But yeah, this first drop took about 4 months, the second drop about 4 months, and I'm expecting this one to take about 4 months as well. So it's quite a big swing trade. Yeah, like I say, one that I was really looking forward to this year, and it's finally here. So let's just move down a little bit to the daily time frame. So yeah, here we are at the daily time frame, and as you guys can see, this was the first impulse move down, and then we had this clear consolidation correction up to the 61% fib before we had the next drop, and then now we had this correction all the way up. I think it just missed the 78% retracement. But the level we were looking at before we could go short was these highs here. We wanted this liquidity, and on Friday with the news event, that liquidity was spiked. Just on a note, when I draw my Fibonacci's, I normally use the daily bodies, the daily opens and closes. Anything lower than a daily, I'll just use the highs and lows. But yeah, so we had the drop, consolidation, drop, consolidation, and now I think we're due for another move down. Should be something like this, which should get us quite easily to our target. As you guys can see, this pair actually is behaving very technically. That's why I love this pair so much, or this setup. We had the reaction here on the 50% retrace. We had the reaction on the 61% retrace, and now we're at the 78% retrace. And yeah, so yeah, this one's actually looking really good. So let's go down to a smaller time frame. Let's go down to the 2-hour time frame. So as you guys can see here, what happened here, I actually saw quite a lot of people already going short over here. But like I said, we were waiting for those highs to be taken, and what a beautiful stop run this is. This is textbook. For those of you guys who don't know what a stop run is, it is the greatest concept in forex trading that I've learned. It was the missing piece of the puzzle. It's something that I learned from Michael Huddleston. I'll do a video in this week about stop runs, so just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, before a big move, and let's be honest, if we're expecting this market to drop for the next 4 months 1,300 pips, that is quite a big move. The market needs to make liquidity, and it trapped. I saw so many trading groups already shorting this thing, and all those people just got destroyed when this market spiked up, and that to me is the sign that the market is ready now. That the market maker took everyone out, took the liquidity, and we can move down now. So if you're not already short, there's a couple of ideas how we can enter next week. This is where this whole stop run started. So this last bearish block before they had the stop run is something we call the breaker block, when it broke those highs and took all those stops. And what we're looking for is for the price to get below this block, and then we can look for any sort of retrace to where that breaker started. I don't think it's going to be a deep retrace. This chart looks like it's ready to fall. So any sort of breakthrough here and a retrace, I'll be adding to my long, because ultimately the targets are quite big. Even if you get in here, let's just see. Let's just see what sort of risk reward ratio you can get if you get in here and you put your stops. Even if you put your stops at those eyes, I don't think it's going to get that high. But if you put your stops to those eyes, let's just see where the final target is. This red line here is the lows. So that'll already give you more than 11 risk reward. So for every dollar you risk, you'll make more than $11 if it hits target. Just remember, every trade, no trade is 100%. So just use your money management. But I don't even think you're going to need a big stop like that. We'll look on the lower time frames how the market sets up for this move down. But not just the Usdcad. I'm actually looking at all the Canadian pairs. All of them went into big levels and looks like it's ready for a reversal now. So even with just like a smaller stop, you can see how much that risk reward ratio is changing. 20 to 1 if you're using a stop this size. But yes, this Usdcad is definitely the big one. It is my main focus for the next week. Like I said, I've already actually, I was lucky enough to be in front of the computer during the Canadian news event. As soon as I saw that stop run during the news event, I just started hammering the shorts, and I think I got quite a good price. But now for the next couple of weeks, I'm just going to play this Canadian pair short. Yeah, so hopefully it works out like we planned. But like I say, this has definitely been. I call this. I used to play poker for a living, and I call this my pocket aces. Even pocket aces doesn't win every time, but it is the best hand you can get, and I'm willing to go all in on pocket aces if I have it. But even pocket aces only wins like 75% of the time, so it's not a guaranteed. But in the long run, this is what you want. You want your pocket aces, you want these setups, and you have to make them count. So yeah, Usdcad's definitely got my attention for the next few weeks, and hopefully you can build into quite a few, to quite a big position. And if this runs for the next 4 months, then yeah, it should be a good year. Yeah, so hopefully this was informative. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them here. Yeah, so good luck and happy trading.